Michael. Hello. Vi kennen jo känna årets episod. Men säg vad var det podcast. Nimen. Hello.
Howdy. I'm a cowboy.
I just break character every time you come up with a character. It just
What can I say? I have that effect.
you have those vibes. Anyway, welcome to a new Can of Worms episode of the Save It For The Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron, and I'm joined by
Naaman the cowboy.
Naaman the cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw, partner.
Yeah, partner. This is a partner. This is a partner. All right. So yeah, welcome one and all. This is how many episodes do we have? Right.
I'm gonna say 13th. That's my guess.
Okay. No, wait. I remember. I think. Okay. Wait. I think I remember somewhat. Yes. Okay. I'm just double checking right now. I am sorry. This is me multitasking. Hello. How are you doing? I do not know what kind of mental games you play with yourself to tolerate my existence. But yes, it is the 13th.
So
there we go.
So true. I'm
there
psychic
go, yeah.
like that.
Oop. Yeah, there you go. Neiman knows all. Neiman wants all. Neiman possesses all. I have no idea.
No.
But yeah.
All true.
I have my tea ready. I have my water canister ready. And I am tired.
Really? Were you up to anything exciting yesterday? Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Slapping a chicken.
Yeah.
I was doing
those
that
chickens
too.
had it coming. In my defense, those chickens had it coming. Okay.
They really did.
They really did. Yeah. Like they called me Buck.
Yeah, you know, I can't even say what that means in English.
Yeah, there you go. It means shit, by the way. Okay, it means shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. But by the way, in Turkish, shit means bok. So yeah, that's your wee bit of trivia right there. Anyway, though, I am both tired and angry at the same time right now, Neiman. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling particularly tired as well.
Nice.
Although, I guess just another word for purgatory, I guess, is the word I would use to describe how I'm feeling.
So you're in a mental stalemate?
Yes, perfect.
Nice.
That is a perfect way to describe it. I don't know. I'm just
damn. What is that? What's finding perfect words these days?
I know, you perfect linguist, you.
Stop complimenting me, myself. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, shut down my self-loathing? Like, what's going on here?
Maybe.
But yeah, the reason I'm tired is because, well, I'm tired all the time. And the reason I'm angry right about now is because I saw a Reddit post that essentially like showed a piece of the transcript in the newest Trump interview.
Interesting.
And
I didn't see this.
Yeah, so I don't even know who Trump interviewed with, and I don't know what the topic was, but essentially he was like trying to play mind games and justify how, you know, the United States was number one in the coronavirus response. And well, to be fair to him, yes, the US is number one.
We're number one.
Related to coronavirus, not in the way he thinks it is, but you know, it's yeah. Oh my gosh, it's
what a
every
guy.
time I see his face on Reddit, I just get a fight response. and I'm tired too, and I'm like physically fatigued as well. So it just like, you know how when you're like lying down or something like that, and all of a sudden your heartbeat goes up and you want to like get up and do something, but like your arms and legs and
Yeah.
entire body just says no. Like that's what I experience every time I see his face on Reddit. It's just ugh.
Yeah, it's a rough sensation. It's rough.
I don't want to describe anything I experienced seeing Donald Trump as a sensation. It is anything but a sensation. Thank you.
So it's a more of a
It's a
state of being.
It's a mental response, you know?
Okay, mental response.
It's like it's like the dog with the dinner bell, like all over again, you know? Like you ring the dinner bell, the dog starts drooling, and like I see Donald Trump and I get angry. Like it's the it's the same responsiveness, I guess, is the best word I can find for it. So yeah. That's not the only reason why I'm angry, though. I'm just, I'm feeling really radical today.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those days, right?
It's just one of those days,
really radical, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you want another shot of espresso on your latte. Sometimes you just want to overthrow the system and establish an anarcho-communist government. It's just like...
And today's one of those days.
Today's just one of those days. I'm not going to specify which day it is, which one of those 2 days it is, but it's in there. It's in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just angry,
So when you say you're feeling particularly radical, what does that like? Yeah. How does that?
It means I went on a hike with a bunch of my dad's friends, and and considering these were Turkish friends of his, the conversation of course went into politics because here's the thing, here's one of the things I noticed, right? Between American conversations, like the conversations I have in America versus the conversations I have in Turkey, right? Like in Turkey, you could be having a normal conversation, and all of a sudden you could drift into political territory, and just nobody would bat an eye.
Yeah.
The most someone would respond with would be maybe let's have this conversation somewhere else. You never know who's listening, that kind of thing, because literally there's an authoritarian regime in charge. But
right,
but it's never severely ignored /
yeah,
strewn away from, I guess, is one way of putting it. You never run away from talking about politics. It's just you wait for it at the most. What happened? Was the glass of water trying to kill you?
No, I did. I thought there was something at the bottom of it, but I hallucinated it.
Gotcha. So. Started from the bottom. All right.
Now we're here.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, in America, on the other hand, it's just like there are so little instances where you can actually talk about politics, and one of the major differences I saw between my friends in Turkey and my friends in America was that even here's the thing, you could have political conversations in high school, right? You could literally bring it up with your teacher and just go on for minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Not go on for minutes, but go on for
a while.
Yeah. Considering, every class period is 40 minutes, is you could go on for hours, would be a, oxymoron. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me using big words.
God.
Immigrants being good at English. All right. So yeah.
Straight fire. That's all I
Yes.
hear coming from your mouth.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
But
Mm.
but like,
Right from your mouth, I'm hearing.
all right,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
all right.
That was a good impression.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I actually work on it in my own time, like an absolute clown, jester, buffoon.
That's
Um,
that's indicative of a great person, is what I think it is. So
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a gosh darn idiot in Shakespearean proportions. Okay, like it's just like I'm like
b-
I'm the servant in Don Giovanni Commendatore. Like that's who I am.
oh, I was thinking more.
God damn idiot.
But you know the idiots in Shakespeare are always the funniest ones. So that's a
All right,
compliment.
there you go.
Because let's see,
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
and the jesters are the only people who can actually tell the truth to kings.
That's right.
Yeah. The
That's why.
king laughs at the jester, but heeds his words of caution.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why humor is always a great tool in argumentation. We'll
There you go.
say.
Yeah.
So I always try to utilize it when I can in my arguments because it's very effective at lowering
there you go.
barriers, as
Yes.
one puts it. So,
Yeah.
but do continue.
Laughter is the great equalizer. Like that's what it is.
Ours.
Yeah. Lot of great equalizers, and laughter is one of them. But yeah, like the point I was trying to make was before I started rambling was there's a difference in how people express their beliefs in Turkey or the rest of the world for that matter, and how they express their beliefs here in America. And because usually most people identify as moderates here. Like that's kind of accurate, right?
Correct.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, like they identify as moderates and they tend to they essentially convince themselves that they are capable of making the most logical decisions at the time. However, like this is not true for you. Like you're one of the more vocalized people that I've met so far, and I appreciate you for that. Like you have no idea, how much of a comfort it is having someone to talk to.
What I do. It's what I do.
It's what it be.
I mean, I'm
But
studying, nearly 8 years in college and medical school to talk to people. So
oh boy,
it is the ultimate
yeah.
end goal. So
Ultimate angle. There you go.
yeah.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck. Oh my god.
Thanks.
Yeah. So yeah. But like, here's the thing. You use the term moderate to describe yourself in order to keep an open mind to other people's beliefs, so that like it can either be a way of seeing into their point of view, and it can be an easier way of rebuking them when the time comes, right?
Correct.
Yeah, there you go. Like you're one of the good moderates.
Well, I would hope so. Right? I mean,
to use the terms of white people.
like you're one of the good ones, right?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, you're one of the good ones. Yeah. Oh gosh,
Yeah.
that's dirty.
Did I tell you the time I had to be a busboy for a Republican meetup over at the place I worked? Did I tell you about that?
Are you serious?
Yeah. So really short story. Sorry to diverge a little bit.
Oh yeah,
But,
no problem.
really quick story, right? So, for those of you who didn't know, I used to work at a bowling alley,
Yeah.
right? And I don't anymore, obviously, because it's closed right now. But
I
when I
wonder
did,
why.
I know, I wonder. But the second floor of the bowling alley is a conference center, and
Mhm.
every month or so, I can't remember which specific day of the week, but like every month I can't remember which specific Republican group it was. I think it was Republicans of Orange County or something like that would have their meetings there, and I would get scheduled for it like all the time. And so essentially what that meant, working in the conference center was, basically being the busboy and, like serving food, bringing the food up,
Mhm.
cleaning up, setting up, all that stuff. And it was very interesting being there, right? Because again, like Aaron said, I am
Right.
moderate, right? And I think one of the funniest moments, but also kind of scary moments, was when a guy walked up to me because apparently he thought I was a part of the group, but because we technically don't have uniforms, right, to wear,
Right.
we are just told to wear like a suit, or not a suit, just some like a dress shirt, a tie, and then like dress pants,
Right.
right? And that's our uniform.
Mhm.
But this also happened to coincide with the attire of the Republican
Ugh.
meetup thing. And so a guy walked up to me, and he said he goes up to me and he shakes my hand, right, out of the blue, because I guess he thought I was a part of the thing, and he was like, "Man, it's good to see young people be on the right side of history." And I was like,
That
"Yes."
is
I was like
no. What the
smiling,
fuck?
and well, I didn't want to start something, because again, my job was on the line, right? So I didn't want
Right.
to, and my boss was
Okay.
like right next to me.
It's
So
okay, two questions. First off, any Confederate flags?
there were no Confederate flags moving
Cool.
around. So
Okay, that's good. That's good.
um
Jeez, right side of history. What the fuck kind of mental
yeah,
gymnastics was that?
so it was very interesting, but
Fucking hell.
but again, I didn't want to, again, my job,
Right.
I wanted to keep it, so I didn't
Jesus
want
Christ,
to.
these people
Yeah,
actually think they're fighting for their liberty. Fucking hell.
yeah,
Like, bitches, no, you're fighting for corporate rights.
that
Okay,
is correct.
second question though.
Please.
Did you ever consider laxatives? Just sprinkle some. Just sprinkle
Oh, like
like
sprinkle laxatives into their.
yeah, just into their drinks, into their tiny little cupcakes, I guess. Were there cupcakes?
I can't remember specifically that one. No, no, not at that one.
Well, how are they expecting to attract young people then? Jeez, these people have no sense of commercializing.
So true.
So true. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Like, get with the times, y'all.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
So, the amount of
There you go.
Karens that were there though was
Oh God.
pretty
Yeah.
impressive, if I do say so myself. So,
Yes. Oh, jeez.
but
Yeah, there you go. If you want to attract young people, okay, you have to get free food, okay? Pizza, cookies, cupcakes. That's what works. Okay?
bars,
That's how the
great bars.
Federation of Christian Athletes got me, okay? Like 1 second I'm told I'm getting free pizza, all of a sudden the door is locked and I'm listening to a pastor. Like, I'm not even Christian
Yeah, yeah,
or an athlete or a Federate.
yeah, yeah. There's been a few groups on UCI that have tried to convince me to go to this event, but not tell me what it's for. And then I find out it's for a religious event. They're like, "Oh,
Right.
hey, we're gonna do frisbee in the park," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I look at their flyer, and then it's like in huge letters. It's like, "God is the one and only.
Nope,
God
nope, nope,
loves
nope.
you," and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
And then at the
Jesus
very
Christ.
bottom, in very tiny text, is "Ultimate Frisbee tomorrow at 8 p.m." Right? So, um,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
I I I just oh gosh. Did I tell you about the time when I ran into a Mormon on campus?
you did not.
Oh
At
my goodness.
OCC?
Okay. Yes, it was an OCC, and my gosh, you cannot write this shit down. I just okay. See, OCC has these like, outdoor corridors,
Right,
right?
right.
Where there's they're like, it like it's essentially like a single road with buildings packed on each side, right?
Yeah.
And I was like walking, I was going to the theater because of course the fuck I was. And like here's how to visualize it. The road I was going to, right, led to a parking lot, and right at the like right before you get to the parking lot on the right side, that was the theater. All right.
Okay. Cool.
Like that's kind of like that's the only way I can describe it.
Okay.
And I was going, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this boy turned the corner and just started doing this march towards me, all right? It wasn't a
Ooh.
walk, mind you, it was a march.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
He was on a mission from God.
Yeah.
Okay? Like with a book in hand and everything. Like just right underneath there, just like hidden in plain sight, just like marching towards me, speed walking, okay?
Mhm.
And I was so close to the theater and there was nobody around me. Okay?
Oh no. Oh, that's the
Nobody
worst.
around me, okay? Like
Yeah.
it was a cloudy, windy day, and that was the confrontation I had, okay? Like this was a scenario written by God to test me. Okay, there's
Funny.
no other way of putting this.
Yeah.
And
Oh my god.
I was just about to turn the corner, okay, because there was like a dead zone, right, where the roads met with grass right in the middle.
Yeah.
And this guy, right, as I was turning the corner, this guy
Yeah.
like saw me, and I saw literally his eyes lock on, okay? Like
Oh no.
like his like his pupils turned towards me, and I saw his
Oh
head turn towards me, and then his
no.
body followed, and he just started,
No.
speed walking towards me, shoulders, yeah, there you go, like shoulders going up
Oh
and down
no.
and everything. All right,
Yeah. Oh my god.
this boy cut through the glass, okay,
Oh my
cut
god.
through the glass, and just
That's hilarious.
and just like got through a dead stop, just like right on my southwest, like right on my southwest.
Yeah.
Okay, got to a dead stop and went like oh gosh, I can't remember the exact conversation I had with him because it was just a matter of me trying to get away at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was just a matter of like my gosh.
Did he start
He
singing to you and start, saying hello?
and okay,
My name
I'm
is
gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that, okay? See, he saw me trying to get away from him, right?
Yeah.
And he commented on that, all right? That's how we started the conversation. That's what I remember. Yeah, I know. Same
Oh my
internal
god.
reaction, okay? Like I was just cringing on the inside with this dude. And then
There's no way to make that more awkward than commenting on the fact that you're trying to get away.
No. I
That is horrible.
know.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
Like-
I just had to visually react to that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. And he commented on how I was trying to get away, right? And just imagine for me, all right? I'm like 6 feet. I'm looking down at this dude. Okay? He's like 5'5",
Oh
right?
god. Oh my
And
god. So he's
he-
like my height.
like-
yeah.
Like he's around your height, and he looks like he's mass produced. Okay? Like perfect shirt,
Yeah,
perfect
yeah,
pants,
yeah.
like just perfect hair too, like just like perfectly shaped, like blonde, like chiseled face, like
yeah.
there you
yeah.
go. And he's like looking up to me, and he's like like talking about I don't even know what, because I just went like yeah, okay, and like I responded to him, and he caught on to my accent, and he was like, oh, like where are you from? Like
Yeah.
I knew he was about to say, you're not from around here, are you? And then he caught himself and said, where are you from?
That's
Yeah,
funny.
in like his high pitched white people voice.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and then I responded, oh, I'm Turkish, and oh really? My family's from Switzerland. That's kind of close, huh? And there was just a dead silence. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, there was just a dead silence. Okay, it was just for a few seconds, but it was I could tell it was one of the longest seconds of his life, because as soon as he said that, his eyes just blanked out and he just stared into the distance. And then I responded, and he was back in Mormon mode.
Yeah.
And like I was like, yeah, kinda.
Hmm.
And oh gosh, this was one of the funniest encounters I had, along with one of the most awkward and soul crushing. And eventually, I like tried to pick up the conversation and try to like comedy it up a little, right? By
Hmm.
saying like, okay, listen, I'm gonna listen to what you have to say on one condition, okay? You have to sing
Yeah.
me any song. Yeah,
From
You
Book
have
of
to sing me
Mormon.
any song from the Book of Mormon,
That's so funny.
the musical. And he stood there for a second and he was like, I'm not sure I'm familiar with that musical. Yeah,
No.
I know,
Oh,
such a missed
that's
opportunity. Yeah.
so. Oh my God. I
Yeah.
would have if he actually did that. I would have. That would
If he
have.
had
That would
if
have
he
done it for me.
listen, if
Like I
if
would
he
have.
had broken out into song right then and there, that would, like, I'm sold.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah.
I've like all the videos I've watched rebuking Mormons, just they're all gone for me. Okay?
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
like I am a Mormon and a Mormon
Mormon
just
just.
believes. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
So
Like that would have
that's
done
so
it for me.
funny.
But he couldn't. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta go. I have a class anyway. I'm sorry. Yeah, you missed your shot. You missed your shot. You threw away your shot, Alexander.
I'm not gonna. I finally finished watching it, by the way, yesterday.
Nice.
So I can finally understand
What
all the
does that sound?
references.
Now I can finally make Hamilton reference. By the way, did you appreciate the Hamilton reference I put
In
in
the
the in the in
oh, in the
the?
description of yesterday's thing.
It's in the description of yesterday's episodes, along with the actual title of SoundCloud, and I am proud of myself for it, and I am not sorry.
Oh, I didn't look at the sound because the
Right.
YouTube was different.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't
Right.
looked at the SoundCloud. But yes, I did
Yeah.
appreciate. I did appreciate it.
Nice, nice. Finally, I can make references to you, and it won't be a shot in the dark. Speaking of which, I actually listened to one of the songs yesterday,
Hmm.
and that was kind of that. And it was an experience because it was one of the songs that immediately gets me start crying, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I just started watching it and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna cry now. And then, like, spoilers, okay,
Spoilers, yes.
spoilers. It was the reprise of Stay Alive
Right.
with Philip. Yeah,
That was
and
rough.
as soon as he went,
Rough.
yeah, R.I.P. R.I.P. But like as soon as he said "Pa," I just, I
Oh.
just, he was gonna blow us all away.
Yeah.
And I just like, Lawrence, not again. So yeah, I like. Did you watch it on Disney Plus, by the way?
So I watched it on an illegal site. Someone sent me a link because I didn't want to pay for Disney Plus. So
Your knees are forfeit.
Mickey, no. No, Mickey, no. I love
Give
my
me a
knees.
pose, bitch.
No. Mickey, please. Please.
You should have thought of this before you legally downloaded the movie, bitch.
No. Oh, my knees. I can't walk no more.
Your intestines are delicious.
Oh, no. I
Right.
can't digest food.
Oh God. So before this gets any darker, I was watching it and I was crying, and then the song ended, and like, and I like it started to fade to black, right? And I was like, and I was like ugly crying.
It's
You know,
so
like,
you were watching, not were you watching or listening?
I
or
was
like on
listening
a?
to it. I was listening to a clip on like I was watching an animatic. By the way, 30-minute
Oh,
mark.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, because
Cool,
you know
cool.
I'm a goddamn weeb. But like
Nice.
I was like watching it, listening to it, and you know I was ugly crying. You know, and the video came to a close, and I just hear Raid Shadow Legends. Like
Yeah.
play now for free. And I just thought about it for a second, and I was like, you know, these advertisements really don't fit the video.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I get the constant need for YouTube to milk money by forcing ads down our throat, but come on, really?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to feel like shit for a quick second, and
Yeah.
you're making me angry by
Yeah.
shoving an advertisement down my throat for a mobile game, no less, bitch.
It
Like,
really be like that sometimes.
it do really be like that sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I can't
Oh,
say. Yeah. I don't know if I can remember off the top of my head a specific instance in which my emotions were ruined by advertisements.
right.
There have been times where I was watching like a sad show or something, or like a sad moment in a show, and then some like my sister or my brother would like ask me something because like I'm at the dinner table. And so I'd be, like watching someone die or, watching someone's parents die. And then my sister's like, "Oh, what are you eating?" I'm like,
Mm,
"Oh, yeah, just noodles,"
yeah.
so
Feels.
there
I'm
have been
eating up the
moments like that.
feels. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I can relate. It's just. By the way, one of the reasons I'm angry is because I'm angry at employers because that's one of the topics that came up during our little hike. Like
Employer?
that's kind of the point I was trying to make, but like I ended up rambling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, for all,
my greatest opponent while talking is myself.
it's very profound.
Yeah. Coincidentally, that's also an issue that Trump has to deal with.
Himself? Yeah,
Yeah, the biggest opponent he has while talking is himself.
very true.
Nobody else. There you
Yeah.
go. But yeah, like employers, it's because one of the issues was that like we talked about how when we came to America, my mom couldn't find a job in the industry she used to work for because like the market was flooded with mostly new immigrants who worked as contractors without benefits for little pay and did so much work,
Yeah.
and that just like see that just got me thinking to the mindset of the issues at hand, you know, because most people see legal immigration as the main problem for Americans not finding jobs, except that's really not the case. It's the employers who manage to. Sorry there for a second. My internet nearly nearly gave
It's all
way.
good. It's all good.
It was an ass clenching moment. But anyway, it's not illegal immigration that's a problem. It's employers exploiting illegal immigrants for their labors for cheap
Yes.
because they have no other choice. All right? Because
Yeah.
they can work in crappy conditions with little pay, all right, for much labor, all right, just
Yeah.
just crappy working conditions, and like Americans are angry at the immigrants instead of the employers for exploiting them.
Yeah.
See, that's one of like, and that just got me thinking, you know, like some of the jobs that are being essentially exported out of
Yeah.
the country are like crappy jobs that Americans wouldn't want in the first place. But when Americans see crappy jobs giving given to illegal like migrants in general, right? They all of a sudden get angry. And like that just got me thinking about using nationalism as a quick and easy solution for complex problems, for simplifying complex problems. You know what I'm saying?
Such
Because
as,
that's like employers exploiting immigrants. That's an issue.
mm-hmm.
However, instead of, coming up with pro-employee, laws, or, coming up with some kind of like human rights oversight committee,
Yeah.
or all like this kind of like any kind of, you know, any kind of action that might like prevent this sort of situation,
Right.
right?
Right.
Where employers get to exploit employees, right? They just come up with a quick and easy solution. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at it further, they
Mm-hmm.
just say, "Oh, it's not the employers that are at fault here, it's the employees." You know? It's the it's those immigrants
Yeah.
taking the jobs,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Playing the blame game.
Yeah, playing the blame game, and it's like playing the blame game for the wrong people,
Yeah.
right? And it's not just, low level jobs. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, unskilled labor doesn't exist, okay? They might be
Mm-hmm.
low level jobs, but they're not unskilled labor, all right? Like
That is very
it
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Like it's not just for low level jobs in the first place, all right? Like my dad started working as a contractor before anything else because he couldn't get a full-time job, right? Because
Right.
he was an immigrant, all
Yeah.
right? Like his resume wasn't the resume of one person. It was the resume of a team of people, all right? A team of engineers stuffed into a single person, all right? Years and years of experience, all right? And pages of the shit he's done, the shit he's been through, all right? In multiple countries, mind you, all right?
Yeah.
He has worked in America before. He has taken trips to America before, all right? And he's literally one of the most qualified people out there, and yet he could only find work as a contractor, and only recently he could get a full-time position with benefits, all right? His pay
Wow.
still isn't
Yeah.
that good. However, it's still something, all
Yeah.
right? And it took
Yeah.
this long to get even there, all right?
Right.
And
Right.
and some of the people he's working with, by the way, are like 25 years old, 24 years old, fresh off of college. All
Mm-hmm.
right? Those are the kind of people that are in the same level as him. They do not outmark him with experience. Like, they do not surpass him with experience. They do not surpass him with anything else other than the fact that they were born here and that they were educated here and nothing else. All right? They have
Mm-hmm.
nothing else to show for it.
Yeah.
And before you say it's like, oh, it's because he's older and they want to invest in the younger generation. No, 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 no. Some of my friends have some of my friends have problems finding jobs like that, all right? And they don't immediately find jobs like my dad does. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have the experience. They don't have the
Yeah.
same experience and the same like level as him.
Yeah.
All right?
Right.
So
It,
employers, man, we
yeah,
gotta
it's tough.
guillotine them.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, right. I think you kind of touched upon, I think, another issue which is somewhat related, of kind of uh, just applicants in general. I think
All right.
just applicants to college, applicants to jobs. I think if you take a look, 50 years ago in America, right, that
Mm-hmm.
the barriers to having a stable, secure job were much lower. And what I mean by
Oh yeah.
that is, really all you needed to have in order to, secure an office, like a 9 to 5, or just, and something that is relatively stable for
Mm-hmm.
having a house and having a family, all you needed was a bachelor's degree, right? You didn't need to do any fancy graduate school or any internships or anything like that. All you needed to do.
Not even a bachelor's degree, all right? You could get like a second grade education in mathematics, and you could get an accounting job somewhere with a decent pay.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So it was much simpler to get to a secure place.
yeah.
Now, if you take a look now, right, and I'm sure you can agree. Well, okay, let me take that back. You may or may not disagree. Sorry, why am I phrasing this so poorly?
Because you're a
agree
moderate.
or disagree. I know I am very specific with my language. That is true.
You are
moderates.
limited by your centrist ideas.
I know.
Embrace your position as the radical left, Neiman.
No, never. I'll never join you, Mickey. You ate my intestines. Although I feel like
the liberal elite are coming for you.
no. Mickey,
Okay.
what happened?
Yeah, that's what conservatives see when they. Oh gosh. Okay.
They see a Disney film.
I also have, gosh, so many OCC memories. I remember there was a club preview kind of event,
Yeah.
right? And I remember a standoff between the furry club and the and like the OCC Republicans. There was literally a standoff between people in furry costumes and just the most straight white males you've ever seen.
We love that.
Just like,
was there a clear winner?
There never is.
That is very true.
But yeah, back to the point you were trying to make.
Yes. So so the point I was trying to make was, if you take a look at now, right, it is that much harder to secure any sort of entry-level job in this day and age. And I mean, a perfect example of this is anyone going into computer science. And that's just one field of many. I mean, in computer science, as my computer science major friends have outlined for me whenever I've talked to them, in order to get an entry-level job basically anywhere, right, that is, relatively secure, you have to do internships. You have to know, multiple coding languages. You have to, do X, Y, and Z, and, all this stuff, right, in order to secure an entry-level job, right? And, and that's not even including all of the things outside of computer science to build your character. So, like doing athletics, or doing improv, or doing theater, or just doing things on the side, right, which may or may not have been necessary 50 years ago, right? And like I've talked before on this podcast, specifically for the medical field, right, if you're trying to go to medical school, you have to do this sort of cookie cutter type of way of trying to get there, doing these volunteer things and doing these internships and job shadowing, and again all those things outside of that as well. And it's just, and also just with the sheer number of people going to college nowadays, right, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm saying because of just by sheer number of people, that it's that much more competitive, because now you're competing with a larger body of people in order to secure these jobs. But again, it's a very complex issue. Like you said, right, it is on the also on the hands of the employers to ensure that these jobs are safe, they're well kept to, and all these things, and then also up to I guess the government to supply these jobs, and so forth.
Not exactly up to the government. They just have to secure a clear way for people to get jobs, whether this be directly or indirectly. And it doesn't matter how, as long as it works. All right, of course it matters how morally, as long as it's morally upstanding. Like just
We're just gonna fire all these people so you can have the jobs.
exactly, yeah. So you actually touched upon a decent point, and I like. By the way, 45-minute mark. Dab. But you actually touched upon a point that was really interesting to me because I've recently been looking up something called the technician ratio, I think it was called.
Technician ratio, is that what you said?
Yeah. So for every so imagine this, right? For every doctor, there are 3 nurses needed and 6 technicians needed. All right? And 6 people to run the entire thing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Like that's kind of the ratio.
Yeah.
And this ratio can be followed through each and every industry, all right? Whether it can be followed in theater, for example. For every main character, there's 3 side characters needed and 6 technicians needed, for example.
Interesting.
All right? This is just off my head, right?
Yeah.
For every manager, there needs to be 3 accountants and 6 technicians running the place in the background.
Yeah.
Like,
And
it's kind of the same ratio.
technicians,
Like, huh?
sorry, when you
Yes.
say technicians, does that refer specifically to like IT or like technicians as in just anyone
Not
working in the
specifically,
background?
just generally, like not just like it's a generalization,
Okay.
all right? Which
Gotcha.
is which is a shitty move on my part, I will admit.
Yeah,
However,
I get what you're saying.
with my tiny monkey brain, I cannot, list every single, role technicians must
Right, right,
fill.
right, right.
Uh, but I do appreciate y'all, and I love y'all. All right, so yeah. But like that's kind of the ratio. That's kind of the general ratio, right? And it doesn't matter like how much this is, for example, we can say for every 3 doctors, we need 9 nurses and
20.
18 technicians. Yeah. Like
Yes.
you can extend this as much as possible as long as the ratio is kind of like around there and
Yeah.
like it's like it works that way, right? However, right, with with more and more requirements needed for jobs with less and less pay, along with like along with more expensive living conditions,
Right,
it
right.
just like the system is slowly turning from something where people can actually profit and like rise in our society with hard work alone into a society where people are constantly in debt trying to get the next bill
Yeah.
like paid for the next month, right? Like
Exactly.
we're
Right.
slowly seeing that transition, and not gonna lie, all right, this is it's kind of suspicious that we're seeing this transition as racism is beginning to seem like less and less of a threat. It's still an issue, all right? And the issue is shown a light upon more and more.
Yeah.
However, the threat is lessening. And like the fact that these conditions are underway in this social movement, like while the social movement is happening,
Yeah.
kind of is, it's suspicious, and it's making me think
Interesting.
that the system is slowly molding into, another form of institutional racism, one that which we, is harder to see per se, except, one problem, we actually can see it.
Hmm.
So
So do you mean like so are you referring specifically like to the institution of like college? Is that the institution you're referring to when you
I'm
say
referring
that?
to I'm referring to the colleges with which are raising the tuition. I'm
Yeah.
referring to the banks which give out loans to students with like with less and less appealing conditions to them. I'm referring to the institutions which hire these, fresh out of college the workers that
Yeah.
underpay them for, for anything, as like, for perceived laziness in the workplace, they can get their wages docked, or for for insufficient experience, they might not get paid as much as their coworkers, or like anything, you know, because what we're seeing in the workplace right now is a requirement that's essentially like the ideal worker for employers are right now someone who has plenty of internships, experience from those, someone who has studied each and every branch of the topic involved, right?
Yeah.
Someone who's willing to be a contractor instead of a full-time worker, right? And someone who's willing to, how should I put this, tolerate low wages, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And considering, most of these conditions apply to people who are trying to, rise up in society, who are, people who have lived in poverty before,
Yeah.
or, immigrants.
Yeah.
It's kind of suspicious to me. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just saying it's kind of suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I think, yeah.
It's also suspicious that protests are happening right now. I don't know why. Like
Yeah.
institutional racism. What is that?
Maybe, right? Maybe. Um, yeah, I think I agree that there are a lot of invisible hands that are controlling a lot of different things,
Okay.
and it's hard to say, whether or not they are consciously being manipulated. I mean, when I say that, what I mean is I feel like there is a possibility that, and I'm not saying it is, right? I'm just saying that it is a possibility, right? Again, using my moderate language.
There you
Right?
go. Yeah.
Um, and that, it's a product of hundreds of years of institutional
Yeah.
discrimination, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like we've talked before on the podcast, policing is a great example, right? It's not, even though there isn't like anything explicit or anything explicitly stated in any, police documents or handbooks or anything like that of, we should shoot more black people, right? It could, because policing comes from hundreds of years of or has this origin of being a form of slave patrol.
Yeah.
Some of those original institutional tendencies or institutional racist tendencies it evolved into
Yeah.
as now.
So you're not rejecting this outright.
No,
Is
I
what
am
I'm
not
hearing.
rejecting this. I am not rejecting that it exists.
We got him, boys.
I do not reject that it exists. I am merely
Don't worry, Neiman.
suggesting,
We'll make a radical anarchist of you yet.
I'm suggesting that there's a possibility that and again, as I say with basically everything on this podcast, it's a complex issue. And I know it's a very moderate thing to say, but
it's a very complex issue. Therefore, we shouldn't talk about it.
well, I still think we should talk about it, of course, but it's because another thing too that I also I think about often but doesn't really get talked about a lot is overpopulation,
Right.
which I think is a very valid issue and really is not really greatly talked about, but I feel that it needs to, just because I think
Right.
In my personal anecdotal opinion, right? Again, I'm not a scientist. I'm not,
Mhm.
anyone. I don't have a college degree yet, so I can't even say
Right.
that. But
Yeah.
I feel that
How dare you have a valid opinion without like
I know. My
yeah,
God,
there you go.
high schoolers be like,
Oh,
"You're a high schooler. How do
all
you
right,
have
you're a
any
high
thoughts?"
schooler.
My God,
You're gosh darn Gen X. Oh no, sorry, Gen
Gen
Z.
Z, Z, Gen Z.
Shut up, Zoomer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
there
sure
you go.
boomers have their own little okay zoomer kind of thing.
No, those are millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, the millennials say that to the zoomers?
yeah, mostly millennials. Because they, they look at boomers as a form of, oppression, and they look at zoomers as a form of, like, oh, they're lesser than
Annoyance.
us.
Yeah. They're like little ants in
Yeah,
comparison to the power we hold.
they are nothing in our eyes.
Yes.
But yeah,
Quite so.
yeah. So yeah. Speaking of which, I didn't tell you about the standoff essentially between the furries
Oh,
and the
yes.
Republicans
Yes.
in OCC.
The
Boy,
face.
like I could tell that this wasn't the first time that this has happened because they called each other by first name, right? And it
Interesting.
was it was really
Interesting.
interesting. And I was like one of the spectators,
Yeah.
and like somebody came up to me, right, in like Konosuba cosplay, right? And I was like, are you seeing this for the first time? And I was like, oh shit. Because like the anime club was actually watching and
Oh,
spectating this
damn. Oh my
happen.
God. This is like the ultimate crossover
This is
episode.
like the ultimate crossover episode, yeah. And I was like standing with the anime club just watching this unfold, you know what I'm saying? And like they weren't even talking, they were just staring at each other, like standing off.
That's so
And then
funny.
they just like went back to their own booths, which is
Yeah.
the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh
God.
geez, I'm being sent videos from Instagram, and we're approaching the hour mark. I'm out of tea and I'm out of water as well.
That means you're gonna die.
No!
Yeah.
Oh, I should have seen this coming when I refused to hydrate.
That's
But
right.
you can save yourself from this fate by hydrating occasionally. If
And
your
by
piss isn't clear, then you're getting the invisible hand of capitalism up your rear.
alternatively, you can purchase Raid Shadow Legends
Oh
for a
god.
free.
No. You know what? We should probably stop making fun of sponsors of,
Yeah.
of different YouTubers and, you know, like creators essentially. Cuz like, good for
They're
them on
getting
getting
that
cash.
bread.
On getting that
They're
bread,
getting
yeah.
that bread.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
So
But yeah, this has been the lucky 13th Can of Worms episode.
wow, today's not even Friday. Ugh,
I know, right? Ugh. What a fucking disappointment.
I know.
We always
Me
had
though.
Friday. We always had Friday the 13th in ASB.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Totes.
Oh my gosh. Jason used to visit us all the time.
Oh my God,
Like,
Jason.
oh my god, Jason.
Oh my God,
With
I
his
know. See
with
it.
his big old zombie dick.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I feel like all Jasons have big dicks.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's just an observation.
Yeah, that's just one of the requirements, like
Yeah.
you show up at the you know
Yeah, I
you
mean,
show up at the Jason tryouts, and it's just like the first thing that they do is make you take off your pants,
yeah.
like bulge measuring.
I mean, all of the Jasons I like literally like all of the Jasons I've known throughout my life have been very like fuckboy, like big dick energy guys.
Sure.
But they're like very mellow, right? I mean, they're very
Right.
mellow, very like easy to talk to, very funny guys too.
Right.
Right? I'm not saying anything bad about them. In fact, I'm praising them for being
Pray-
such, like I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Jasons are just Jasons are they're like a whole breed on their own, right? Yeah.
Sure. I was actually
But
referring to Jay.
don't
I was
even get me
actually
started on
okay.
the Joshes, right?
Okay, I was actually referring to Jason Voorhees.
Oh, okay.
So I was really confused for a second there
Oh, okay.
as you started to
Gotcha.
unfurl this conversation, and I was like, "Oh, I guess Neiman's into that freaky shit." But like,
Like, oh yeah, Jason Voorhees.
like,
Oh,
but I,
the mask stays on.
but I should expect this considering, he like Jason Voorhees is the ultimate ASB, like ASMR master.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Exactly. I'm sure there's Jason ASMR on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Jason Voorhees ASMR. Yeah, Friday the 13th ASMR.
Yeah.
Listen.
I mean, there's Freddy Krueger ASMR, so
Are you?
there's that much.
This is where the conversation ends.
Oh, you know,
'Cause I do
one of
not
my
like-
favorites is Satan ASMR. You should listen to that one.
I'm gonna listen to that one definitely. I'm gonna listen to like. Oh wait,
Right.
I thought I was already listening to it every night as I fall asleep.
Oh,
Never mind.
yeah.
That's just
Oh,
Never mind. That's just my schizophrenia. Anyway,
yeah.
this has been the 13th Can of Worms episode of the Save for the podcast. The reason why I'm talking like this is because I desperately need to pee. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the sound you need to make
Oh yeah.
in
But,
order to notify others.
This is this is your daily reminder to go pee.
Facts. Straight
There
facts.
you go. Straight facts. Or gay facts. We're inclusive.
Or exactly.
Yeah. Or lesbian facts. Or trans facts. Or asexual facts. That's right. We see you. Or bisexual facts. Or pansexual facts. We see everyone. We love everyone.
Exactly.
There you go. Send us questions.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Love to answer a question one of these days. It's been so many weeks.
It's been so long since we had questions. Give us questions, please.
But yeah, send us questions. We would love to take a good long look at them and suffer as we answer them. Aside from that, you can email us. You can
Correct.
we have an Instagram page if you're into that shit. And yeah. We're on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify, and Google
Google Podcasts.
Google
as
Podcasts.
Well.
That's right. We're on that
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, stay safe out there. We love you. Hydrate. Go pee. Take a break.
And watch Hamilton.
And watch
That's great.
Hamilton. Yeah. My name is Poet. I am a Philip. There you go. But yeah. Without further ado.
What if I'm not
Well, I guess yeah.
Okay, fine. We'll go without further ado.
Yeah, there you go. Further ado. Oh my gosh. Hey, Neiman.
Yes,
I just
Aaron.
had the idea for a soda, and you'll never guess what the name is.
What's the name of the soda, Aaron?
Further ado. Get it? It's like Mountain Dew. Just end the fucking episode. Just end the fucking end my suffering, please.
Bye, y'all.